Welcome to the Snobs podcast.
What's going on, everybody? It's Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob, and I'm here to talk to you about the scenesnobs.com. It is an awesome channel of podcasts, live pre-recorded shows each week that bring variety and just a lot of fun and entertainment to everybody. We have shows like the Scene Snobs podcast. We have shows BTB podcast, the Guapo Show, Sports Snobs podcast, PVD cast, Jeff Dwoskin presents Crossing the Streams, the Three Geeks podcast, the Fandom Effect, and of course we have probably the only Matlock-based podcast, Matt Talk. We have this and so much more. We have review shows, we have interview shows, and we have a marriage podcast called The Marriage Like That. Go check it out. Head over to thescenesnobs.com for a full schedule, all the links to everything and more. And hopefully you'll hit like, hit subscribe, and follow us because we always have new stuff coming up. All right, everybody. It's great talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon. That music and just have it be our intro music. I like that. It's nice and chill.
Yeah, it's strong. It's got like a Kenny G vibe. Everybody's just chilling. We're cruising. I take it.
Yeah. Get a little dance going. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast Live. I am your host, Mick Manhattan, and of course, joined by always my co-pilot on this magic carpet ride, Casey the Madman, always plotting.
I am the barf to your Lone Star, sir.
100%. The Chewie to my Han.
Woohoo! Aww.
The Morgan to my Chuck.
Aw, well, you just stop it. Cut it out. Come on.
All right, after that, I can't say the Jesse to my David Coulier. I'm not saying Joey. No Joey.
Well, obviously, you're my Jesse.
I'll take that.
Yeah, come on. This is your version of the Rippers.
I love you, man.
Love you, man.
Well, hello, everybody. We're glad you're joining the show today. I would love to, we have so many fun topics to talk to tonight, and I would love to start this off jocular and happy and everything else, but I'm a little pissed off.
You? Angry?
Today really pissed me off, man. It really did. It got to me.
Humans being humans?
You know what it is? We have a new producer here. Well, he's like a producing replacement.
Yeah, yeah.
And his name is Steven with a PH.
That's Stefan.
I'm sorry.
It's clearly a
So Stefan, is it Stefan or he says Stefan, but I think it's Steve. Isn't it Steven with a PH? That's how you spell it, right?
I mean, you could if you want to be wrong, which is fine. Look, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, you would be incorrect.
All I know is Stefan. I mean, I might call him Steven because it's just in my name. I'm sorry about that.
Fair, totally. I understand. I'm more of a Stefan guy. Especially after the Urkel incident.
Yeah, very fair, very fair. But Steven has been getting on my nerves. He's a very angry individual.
He does get bitter a lot.
He really does.
Yeah. Shows weakness.
I'm a little tired of all of the skirting the line of racial jokes. I don't think he has a home. I don't know where he lives because he never seems to want to go home. Yeah, he's our producing replacement now, and unfortunately, we're kind of stuck with him at the moment.
He probably lives in a van down by the river.
I don't doubt that. But I think he's always so pissed off for one reason, and that is our secret phrase of the night that I want everybody to be aware of. And that is, I think he has a micropenis. So we're gonna initiate poor Stefan, or Steven as I like to call him.
Stefan, but maybe step in. Maybe the H is silent.
Is the H? He says the H.
Or just not interactive. I don't.
He says he was born a Steven, but he prefers a Stefan. He's kind of douchey in that.
He smells like a Stefan. So
I know you're our PR for right now, but don't worry about it. All right. So our secret phrase of the day, and anybody who says this in the comments as we're watching the show, we'll both have to yell it out, is Steven has a micro penis. Stefan has a micro penis.
Yeah, we're giving it the whole it's getting that Pee Wee Herman treatment.
Exactly. We're going to yell out, Steven or Stefan has a micro penis. So.
All right. We'll just
we're getting some comments in. Jason Taylor says, good evening, everyone. What's up, Jason Taylor?
Hi, Jason.
The Real Chatterbox says, nice.
What's up, Real Chatterbox?
I 100% love you guys.
Oh, well, I
frankly, love you too.
100% love you, you big, beautiful hunk of man who we smoked
So
this week.
We don't want to piss off Steve and Stefan that much, so don't say it too much. But every once in a while, in the comments, drop a Steven has a micro penis. Stefan has a micro penis.
But it's not an F, and if you put an F, you're wrong. And we can't post things that are wrong because that's not who we are.
Not an F, and it's not a V.
Right.
So you have to make sure to say it right. Nicole Francisco.
Hello, Nicole.
Francisco. Going to San Francisco.
The San Francisco treat.
I can't. No, we're going to get sued. That's why I sang it off tune.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm never even on tune. And if I am on tune, it's purely by accident.
No, that was pretty on tune, buddy. So let's test this out one time while we're here. And I'm just going to put it up real quick. Steven has a micro penis. All right. We did it.
Worked it out. Feels good.
Now, with all of this animosity going on lately, we do have something fun to talk about tonight that also covers animosity. And that is...
Wait. Are we allowed to talk about that? No, wait. I'm sorry. Wrong animal. My bad.
Oh, shut up, Stefan. Shut up. Just be your PR guy and stand there. Our producing replacement. Well,
I mean, you're so busy, bro. I completely understand. It's about time we have one. I'm still telling you we need to get a cruddy intern from Mason.
I think next week, we're just going to have to get somebody else. Steven's micro penis is just not working out.
Well, it's because it's so uncomfortably close. I know he's a close sitter, so.
He has to be close for me to see it. I mean,
I don't understand why you allow him to work without his pants on, but I mean, that's neither here nor there.
I don't have any say at this matter. He's just a very rude guy. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So, but let's talk about a few things. Have you watched WandaVision yet?
See, here's my thing. So I have not yet.
Okay.
I do want to watch it, but I've also heard it's one of those weird things that happens with Marvel, and it's happened with Star Wars. And unfortunately, anytime there's a big franchise that has this much story to tell and has so much backstory to fill, a lot of people will dislike it, and they'll crap on it because they just feel like it, because it's not the exact story they wanted to go ahead and go forward with. So I'm not ready to watch it, man. It's just one of those shows, hasn't really caught me yet, and I'm sure it will, and I'll probably fall in love with it because it's got a cool twist to it. It just doesn't, I'm not there yet. It's still a whole bunch of the Marvel, like I was helping my friends try to get into, they're like, 10 movies behind. So I tried to get them caught up, and I was like, I just don't want to watch this with you guys. Like, I love Marvel. I love the universe. I'm a big fan of everything, especially by comparison to DC. Just not there right now.
That's fair. I think the fatigue is still kind of on. 2020 really hit hard. We didn't get Black Widow, so I kind of get it. I have been watching because I'm going to be a guest on somebody's podcast, and I have to kind of debate it against The Mandalorian. I don't know who I'm debating for, but it is the debate, Mandalorian versus
See, that seems really difficult, and I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to blow up anyone else's spot. But that's a really tough thing to put a 2-season show up against something that's had, 3 episodes?
Well, no. This is down the line when the first season's over.
Oh, okay, fair. All right.
So they're going to at least give it the first season, which I understand. I like the direction it's going in, though. I'm not too huge on all of the antics that are going on. That's the sitcom antics. It's cool how they shoot it, but I do like where it seems to be going. So it's gonna go into something very Marvel soon, and there's a lot of Easter eggs, so it kind of helps. But Jason says, "Does mentioning a micro penis?" Stefan has a micro penis. Does mentioning said micro penis make you a racist? No, it doesn't make us a racist.
No.
I'm pretty sure Stefan, whatever is going by these days, is a racist.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what race you are. You can still have a micro penis. It's just being and I don't even want to say it's about being a guy, because at this point, I mean, you'd be whatever you choose.
I'm not going to put a label on it.
No, I think labels are weak and they just take a lot of extra time, and it's unfortunate. Micropenis is a mere descriptor. That's just describing what someone has on their body, as opposed to judging someone based on how they look, which is uncharacteristic and quite frankly disgusting.
It is truly disgusting.
And anyone who usually uses that term usually is, in fact, the one. It's a deflection thing, but that's neither here nor there.
Calm down, Stephen. We all know that you have been unable to satisfy your wife with your micropenis. It's fine. We don't judge you based on that. We judge you for the rudeness and the racism.
Yeah, exactly. We're humans.
So it's fine. It's okay. He'll be fine. Oh, Nicole says, only 2 episodes in and I have no clue what's going on, but Emma Caulfield is in it. Fun but confused. She is in it. Yeah.
Emma Caulfield's in it?
Yeah, she is.
Well, that changes everything. Right?
Yeah, don't leave the camera. Stay on camera. We're not done with the show yet. But you can go watch it. And she does look good. And she looks great, actually.
It's right there.
I know it's right there, but thank you. All right. So here's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Our first topic, and I thought this would be a fun one, is we got the trailer for Godzilla versus Kong. And it looks, I don't care what anybody says, it looks, Steven hates Godzilla and Kong. Stefan hate. Stefan, you have such a micropenis. You hate 2 great cinema characters that are just epic beyond belief.
I feel like you're seriously going to have to go through and have Stefan add a counter for every time we say micropenis on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steven, can you get on that? You
fix it in post. Fix it in post. Fuck it. We're doing it live. We'll do it live.
Might as well. Why don't we put a like up there every time we see it? Why don't you subscribe to that channel every time?
There you go.
Just pop. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Godzilla versus Kong.
Dude, the trailer was amazing. The trailer was freaking great. So the first Godzilla, what was it, 2009, 2010, when the remake one? Well, okay, all right. Yeah. Wow, yeah. Wow, when the Mayans said we were all going to die. Surprise. So that was awesome. That was really cool. I like that Godzilla. I love Kong Skull Island. It took me like almost a year to finally make it all the way through. I kept falling asleep to it, or I watch it at an inopportune time when it's like, I want to watch something dramatic. Let's watch Kong Skull Island. Clearly, I'm going to not enjoy it. Finally watched it all the way through. It's awesome. And they're just great monster movies, man. We're getting Kong versus Godzilla. We're getting a giant lizard dragon who's basically the power of the earth versus the oldest, most powerful primate. He's the king. He's forever. Yep. He's the Kong. So this is going to be rad. And not to mention the laser beams, with Kong just avoiding the laser beams and then using an axe. Kong got an axe.
Not just an axe, but an axe that seems to absorb the atomic blast.
So there's adamantium. I don't even care. The absurdity fits. This is what we need when we want monster movies. I don't want something intelligent. I don't want anyone to overthink it. Good evening, Michael. I don't want anyone to actually come to me with a legitimate reason. There's a Godzilla or there's a Kong. Don't tell me. No. Give me an awesome monster movie. And this is what we want. 2 of the behemoths fighting. And I think this is what will push this franchise and series, both of them, respectively, through a few more cycles.
And I hope so too, because it looks awesome. I have liked every movie they've put out, both Godzillas and the Kong. I'm in. I've really enjoyed where they're going with it. I like that they've been building it up. I like that in the last one, they were like, there's some, now that he's the king of the monsters, Godzilla's the king of the monsters. He has to go after Kong. So that's what we're getting now. But here's the thing. A lot of people are really torn. Team Kong, Team Godzilla. Who are you on, sir?
Oh, dude, Kong, 100%. Come on. I mean, you can't not be Kong.
I'm Team Godzilla.
Look, I understand the affinity for Team Godzilla, and I get that your misguided ideals are important to you, and that's what matters, bro. I'm not here to change or judge you based on your awful idea, but Kong is giant, and he's wielding basically what looks like a Stormhammer. I mean, come on. It's going to be freaking awesome.
You're adorable. You and Steven with the micropenis are adorable in thinking that Kong is going to win this. And I'm up. Here's what we're going to do tonight. First of all, Godzilla is awesome. And
No, he's very awesome. He's very awesome. He's going to get his ass handed to him, but he's awesome.
He's going to win this outright, perfect knockout. He's going to be Conor McGregor. Kong is going to be.
You don't know. Oh, you mean Kong is going to be Conor? Okay. All right. I was thinking you're saying Godzilla is going to be Conor McGregor. I was like,
no. That's for this weekend. Zilla just has the iconic roar, too amazing to root against. Yeah.
Bro, look, the roar is beast. Who doesn't love that roar? It's amazing, and he's got laser beams for crying out loud. But Kong has an axe that can absorb the laser beam. Not to mention, he's in technically our bloodline, so he's in our genus. I don't even know what phylum the freaking Zilla is.
I don't know what you're talking about. I come from the Godzilla bloodline. So that's just how it is.
You're in Jersey, bro. Actually, no, you know what? If that's a scrapyard sticking out of his back, you 100% do.
Oh, shut up. No, because there's no strip club next to it.
That we know of. Have you seen a close-up of that tail area?
That's true. They did blow it up, though. So, I mean, that makes even more sense.
Valid.
It's going to be a draw like Freddy vs. Jason, or Kong is OGing to kill him.
Yes, you're gosh darn right, Jason.
I'm guessing he's meant going.
Yeah, no, I followed it.
I'm going to say this. Let's place a bet.
Ooh, big fella. Are you sure you want to put your money where your mouth is here, kid?
I do want to put my money where my mouth is. I got a solid 10 spot. I'm a man, Godzilla, over Kong.
Oh, bro, I will meet you and greet you happily as I take that money from you, my friend. That betting is a good idea. And kids, don't bet. All right? Not until you're 21 and can make your own. Yeah, seriously.
Don't watch the show.
Bless my daughter. She hits me up and goes, Daddy, I can't wait to see you on your podcast. I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Like 10 more years for that.
She's like, when can I watch? I was like, when you're 18.
Yeah.
No chance.
No chance. She can never know about Steven with the micro penis.
Well, the funniest thing is she actually asked me, she was like, Daddy, I want to watch you be cool. And I was like, well, that never happened. It's never going to.
She understands the premise of the show here.
No. my poor child. Look at, she's right above me. My poor, delightful, wonderful, sweet child.
So sweet. I will say this. I want to pick out a card. I want to pick out the undercard for the Godzilla Kong fight. Let's go down the line and match up some iconic movie characters who should be fighting in the undercard.
All right, fire away. I want to see where you start this, sir.
All right, if we're going, I want to go with the early part of the card first. Let's do 5 matches.
Okay, deal.
First match, hands down, we need Biff Tanner versus Marty McFly. We need that full-on fight.
Okay, but I'm only going to agree to this if we can get Marty from when he gets fired and old Biff polishing cars.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I want to see that even more.
Yeah, I want to see that real bad because old Biff, he's got some grief that he needs to express and get out. Whereas 100%. Old Biff from number 2, when he's the mogul, when he's the Trump, I don't want that guy. Oh, maybe that guy actually.
No.
Yeah.
Young Biff versus young Griff.
That's so absurd that it absolutely would have to work.
We have to see who'd win.
Yeah. I mean, you got to see who wins that. Now, do they have to be alive? Because
can old Biff use the cane?
I like that. Yeah, he has to.
Yeah,
this is all weapons. Oh, you kidding me? We got Kong using a freaking axe. Old Biff can use whatever he wants.
All right, that's fair.
Broken cane or all, then he's just going to stab you.
Old Biff is just going to die, though. Who's old Biff going to fight?
Maybe Doc. What about old Doc?
Doc is timeless. But
he's still got old.
All right. Old Biff versus old George.
Yeah.
Down on the thing.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, we can do that.
What do you got for the second fight?
Okay. So I've got 2 of my favorite characters. Now, mind you, this is characters facing off.
Okay.
So we got a real Ditka situation here in our second bout, as we're going to have Kurt Russell as Jack Burton versus Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken.
Oh, Snake takes it all away.
Oh, you don't know that.
Military trained.
Bro, Jack Burton is a true American.
Just because you're a true American doesn't mean you can beat a military-trained futuristic warrior.
You don't know that.
I know that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
He beat the Duke.
Okay, what about Kurt Russell from Soldier?
Ooh, now see, that's a fight.
There we go. All right, done. Snake Plissken versus Soldier.
I like it. Okay, I like it.
Buskets.
Where are we going with the next one? Let's say,
do we want to do a supernatural bout? Because, I mean, we could probably throw in someone like, David Lopan. Or, gosh, who would David Lopan fight?
I don't know who David. Let's come back to that. Let's circle on that one. But I'm thinking maybe the Terminator, the T-800 from the first movie versus Jason Voorhees.
Oh, see, I was actually going to put directly under for the undercard title. So we obviously have Godzilla. That's tops. Mm-hmm. But right below it, if we actually had Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees, because I think those relentless sons of bitches would be a good bout. And here's the best part. It never ends because they're supernatural. So they just keep fighting. And then we get to follow them and cut to them every once in a while when we get bored with Kongzilla, which if you do, you're probably not on enough drugs. So take more.
I like it. I like it. All right, let's hold off on that one for a second. Okay, no, you know what? Let's go. I'll go Michael Myers. It's the one everybody wants to see. Jason, Michael Myers. It's good. You know what? That's got to be the bout before Kong and
exactly. Oh, absolutely, because it's your undercard title fight. I mean, they're battling. They're vying for the title of best unstoppable murderer.
That's a good question.
I guess is that the title they'd be going for?
They'd probably be going for that. That'd be like the featherweight title compared to the heavyweights that we got.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm not talking about the crappy Michael Myers. I'm talking about like H2O, who can survive his head being cut off.
That's fair. That's very fair. I would go the new one because he was like relentless in that one.
Well, that's the same guy from the first one. That's your first 2018, and then Halloween Kills, which I'm super excited about, by the way.
Me too.
Oh, goodness.
All right, we got Jason Taylor saying Van Damme Cyborg versus Van Damme Universal Soldier.
Van Damme Universal Soldier versus Van Damme Double Impact.
Take them both off.
Boom.
You want a real fight? You have Kurt Sloan from Kickboxer versus Frank Du from Bloodsport.
Yes. Winner faces Van Damme.
Yeah, that's hard. No, winner faces Chuck Norris because then we have to have that's got to be a whole different thing.
Oh my goodness, bro, that opens a can of worms. I don't think you're ready for, especially with the new Walker Texas Ranger coming out.
Boom. Oh, should that be our last fight? Walker versus Walker?
Yes, Padalecki versus Chuck Norris, not the guy with the chucks.
I love it. Steven, stop, man.
Is Stefan busy over there? Is he trying to rub on you again?
I don't.
Jason Taylor just said something that we have to post. I'm sorry.
I love it. But I feel like you're a little more equally matched with the Bloodsport and the Kickboxer.
I mean, I get that, but you got it's Lionheart. What if we have Van Damme Lionheart versus Van Damme Legionnaire? That's actually your pre-fight. That's the one you get for free on ESPN before you have to order it.
You know what? Yeah. All right. I like that. So we got two Van Damme fights in this.
Oh, absolutely. He's worth all those fights. Now, if we want to have a Steven Seagal fight, you can just go outside because there's a dumpster out there and just strike a match and see if it'll catch. So same thing.
So 2020.
Yeah.
Nicole Francisco says Jared Padalecki will not win that one. Will not win that fight. Chuck Norris wins, not even close. Yeah, we agree. Lionheart kills Kurt Sloan, but does he kill Frank Du?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, it is a Kumite.
It's Kumite, but I'm pretty sure Lionheart. He's got real heart, Lionheart.
It's got a real heart, Lionheart.
It's one of my favorite lines ever.
How about David Sloan versus Kurt Sloan?
All the Sloans.
All the Sloan brothers. Eric in his wheelchair, the whole nine. It's going to be great. Okay, so we got a pretty good card there.
I like that. Now, what about we've got to have one more supernatural battle.
Okay, all right. Okay, so then let's go with Lopan versus Gandalf.
Wow, that was kind of completely random, but I really dig it. Actually, you know what? How about Lopan versus Saruman? That way we hate them both. Because you got to have at least one fight where you're really not cheering for anyone. You're cheering for like a bomb to hit it or something to just explode at that moment.
Not
so two major villains.
Not before our big fight.
Well, I mean, it's obviously held at a different location.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
I like it. It's got to be probably in either Little China or
Lopan versus Shang Tsung.
Actually, I prefer Lopan versus Raiden. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. What if we just put the storms together? What if we just put the cast of Big Trouble in Little China versus the cast of Mortal Kombat? Original Mortal Kombat, not all the remakes when they had only like 12 fighting characters.
I like it. Now we got Highlander versus John McClane. John McClane loses.
Well, that's just not fair. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't use swords. He'd shoot him a bunch of times, realize that didn't work, and get hacked up into tiny pieces.
You know what would be a cool fight?
Christopher Lambert and against anyone?
Connor McLeod versus Ramirez.
Man, I don't want to watch. What about no Duncan McLeod versus Ramirez?
No, Duncan's getting wiped out.
What are you talking about? There's no chance. Duncan is a monster, bro. Dude, I don't want to hear it. Because, look, Connor McLeod, as much as I respect and appreciate the man, was no Duncan. Duncan was, I mean, he handed off to Duncan. Connor McLeod tried to sit in a basically like a weird incubation chamber where he could just exist for a couple hundred freaking years and just watch his mind movies. Nah, fuck that, man. The guy's a douche.
All right, fair enough. I don't even know how he was in there for like 100 years. And we saw him in the 80s.
That doesn't even make, I know, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever because basically Highlander just managed to somehow get inside and re-fuck itself. It's very interesting and very curious. It's a little scary.
Every passing movie, Endgame, just became, not Endgame, like every passing movie in the Highlander series just became crazier and crazier to not make it. Oh, micropenis!
Yeah, I mean, when they really think, wait, Martin Riggs versus John McClane. Okay, look.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's a really good match. I actually really like that match.
But Special Forces, come on. I mean, it'd be a fight for a little bit.
Yeah, but John McClane's like, he's not going to quit. I mean, the dude walked on glass for his wife that he didn't like.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between quitting and getting murdered.
Valid.
Although they're both cops, so I think they just respect each other.
Maybe. You think? I don't know if it works that way.
I don't know. A lot of cops died in Lethal Weapon 2.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. What about Lethal Weapon 3 when the freaking cop is turning around killing everybody with his armor-piercing bullets?
That's fair, but number 2 killed a lot of cops. It really did. Lilu versus... Ooh, that's a good one.
Lilu versus Joan of Arc.
No, what's her name from
Resident Evil?
Resident Evil. Yeah, what's her name?
I don't know. Was that a Donald Trump impression?
No, that was my zombie.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was great. It was great. Same thing, by the way. Lilu versus
Steven, stop agreeing with him with your micro penis.
Stefan, I will never give you any level of appreciation.
I don't know. He's over here saying something about Danny Glover shouldn't have never been in a movie. And he's wrong.
He's clearly never seen Angels in the Outfield. So, anyway, yeah.
John McClane could throw cars in 4. No, he drove a car, which was badass. I'm not taking it away from him. He drove a car into a helicopter.
Which is pretty awesome.
All the cops died in 2.
Yeah, all of them. Every single one.
Riggs and Murtaugh.
Mm-hmm.
And Riggs was supposed to die.
So I'm still kind of torn on this Lilu thing. Because now I'm really trying to think hard on who would fit against Lilu. What would be a good match? What's going to be a draw? What's going to get those Dana White kids over here, huh?
Black Widow.
Holy shit, yes. Oh, dude, that's great.
Yeah. Or Wonder Woman. That could be cool.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh, yeah. And what if we put Scarlet Witch against the Charmed Witches?
Oh, you know what? It would be more lame than that. The actual show Charmed.
Oh, he's lame. You're lame.
Just
because some of us happen to have like grown into manhood watching Charmed. I don't think that line's ever been used. Pretty sure that I'm going to trademark it.
At least you use that one. At least that was the one. Well, like, seventh heaven made me a man. Like, what? Like, that would be even worse knowing what we know today.
I learned about my body watching Felicity.
What? Stephen, your hero is Stephen Collins?
Sounds about right.
Steven's hero is Stephen Collins.
Worst Star Trek captain ever.
He was a captain for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, and he was miserable the whole time.
Man, I want to be captain.
I want to be a captain.
Kirk ain't backseating anybody. That works.
Even when he's old and like they're staring at him like, come on, will you be the captain? He's like, I don't know. Can I? I should.
And then he just jumps in the seat. Like,
yeah, he just takes over. He just pushes him out of the face. Just like face palm him. I wish there was face palming in the 80s. That would have been a lot cooler of a scene. The 70s, sorry.
He did because he knew that he was a kitty diddler.
God, what a piece of garbage.
Rotten piece of garbage as he is.
Yep.
So
sounds a lot like Stefan to me.
Yeah. Micro penis over here. All right, so let's get into it. I got a rant.
Ooh, here we go. So if I'll do the intro this time. Over the weekend, actually 2 weeks ago, something was released on Netflix. A fantastic show called Night Stalker. Now, a lot of people don't know much about the Night Stalker. They know part of the story of the Night Stalker. He terrorized people in the 80s. The Netflix, sticking with their true crime, came out with this docu-series, I guess. Very well done series, by the way. I really enjoyed, and it sucked me in. I got it done, boom, boom, boom. I think there's 6 episodes, banged right through them, all in a row. Richard Rodriguez is the man who was doing the terrorizing back in those days. He was a real piece of shit, a phenomenal piece of shit who just murdered, who just
raped
children, molested children. All
right,
pretty horrifying stuff. So, just to preface that, this a lot of people don't know a lot about the Night Stalker. A lot of his crimes are generally confused with Zodiac or all these other people, Golden State, all these random killers. So I will let Mick, just curiously, how do you feel about one Richard Rodriguez?
Ramirez.
Whatever the piece of shit's fucking name was, who cares?
I know, but that just puts a bad connotation on it.
Oh yeah, sorry, any Richard Rodriguez's.
So I'm going to say this. I want to just say about the documentary before we get started. It was great. I loved it from beginning to end. It's very graphic. I didn't love the content, but I loved how they kind of played it out. The music was fantastic. The B-roll footage was amazing. I love that they took it from the angle of the 2 detectives and from start to finish, it was their story all the way through.
Very much so Highwaymen, which I love that movie, and I love that you're taking the beauty away from the murderers. That was something very important that Highwaymen did is took away that beautiful story about Bonnie and Clyde that's been written about them because they were piece of shit murderers.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what they were. If you take another life, if you're cool with that decision, you're a piece of shit.
Yep. 100%.
And for money, for little minuscule absurd things that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
So
this took the cake for me because as I was watching, it's 4-part series. They do a wonderful job talking to the families of the victims and some of the victims themselves. I want to say the young woman who was 6 years old and raped, and I'm gonna get in my rant. I feel my rant mode coming. Was raped by this fucking monster. Her strength and her bravery and just courage throughout was truly inspiring. That she stood up, to a lineup and picked him out of the lineup and said, "I'm willing to testify so he never does this to any other children again." Is truly amazing. Now, with that being said, learning as much about Richard Ramirez as I did, I will say, fuck you, AHS, American Horror Story. for making him like a sex symbol in your last season, and not knowing much about him other than he was a Night Stalker. I thought he did attack women. I didn't even know how much it was murder versus rape, which is still terrible. And I wasn't cheering him on in the show, but like they were turning him into a sex symbol on that show.
Sorry, that would have really made it uncomfortable. Just imagine all of a sudden you're sitting there with a bag of chips ready as you're settling in for AHS, like, ooh, let's see this Richard. I want to see what he does. It's exciting.
I was just so uncomfortable even on that show, and it wasn't even the character that he truly was, like who this person was. They glossed over that. So fuck you guys for doing that. Secondly, let me just say, I fucking hate this human being. I know a lot of people are like, listen, you should never hate, blah, blah, blah. No, fuck you. I hate this human being.
No, there's definitely a time and place for hate. Just use it well. And don't be flippant with it. Don't be like, I hate people who don't use these turn signals properly. No, they don't deserve hate. They deserve annoyance, nuisance. In fact, they don't even deserve that much of your time, to be honest. The people who truly deserve hate and vitriol and a fervent fucking anger are people like Richard Ramirez, are the people who take a life, and also anyone who abuses any child. Just hands down, period, dot. That is full 100%. Stop. If you are willing to hurt a child,
you should be castrated.
For your own betterment in any way, shape, or form. You're a disgusting piece of garbage, and you should absolutely be #burn at a dumpster fire.
First castrated. Let him live with castration for a little while in a cell, and then we can get the dumpster fire.
Well, see, I like the Salem method, but with less respect.
Yeah, but if you're going to do the Salem method, then we're dunking them in water to see if they can fucking...
Not necessarily, man. Look, Hawthorne had some interesting ideas, okay? I mean, there's stake burning. There's the lake dunking. There's all kinds of different stuff we could do. Ooh, we could do the fire ant thing. That worked for the Native Americans. Looked pretty good.
The interesting ideas, though, were put onto the wrong people. The Richard Ramirez's, the Adolf Hitlers, they deserve this. 100%. And what pissed me off the most about this fucking documentary was oh my God, every time I heard a case, everything he did, I would just get angrier and angrier. And I'm like, why could I not exist in this time frame and just beat this man to death? Not even with an inch of his life. Beat him to death. I was so mad. I just, everything I heard, every time I heard he attacked a child, a woman, elderly people, it didn't matter. He attacked everybody. He killed everybody. Because that's why it was so hard to catch him, because he didn't have an actual MO. It was just if he could get in their house. I hate this motherfucker. I would have loved to been my full size, ready to go now, and run into this motherfucker on the street. I would have beat him to goddamn death. And now let me tell you, everybody who watches, I'm a very nice guy.
First of all, that is completely your own opinion of yourself. So let's just leave it there. All right.
Listen, you know me longer than anybody.
Valid.
On
this show.
On this show for sure. But you know me a very long time. So I will, and Casey can attest to this. I do not prefer violence. I prefer to walk away if possible.
Well, because with your size, it's almost instant fucking death.
But Casey's been there when I've been pushed too far. And you can be pushed too far. And
I may have done some poking in that.
I still have restrained myself in situations like that. And that's one thing I'll give to Casey. One thing I will absolutely give to Casey is when it came down to it, and there were bar fights going on. Remember that night where we were at the bar and you were working?
It's at the corner.
Yep. It seemed like everybody was start breaking it. There was 1,400 people there that night. Yep. And it seemed like everybody was breaking out in a fight. And I just wanted to drink my water because I wasn't even drinking and hang out. I wasn't working the bar. I wasn't doing anything. I was hanging out with you. And I met my now wife that night. So that's the only reason I stayed. But every time a fight would break out by me. And every time I had to go and break it up and throw these guys around like ragdolls, I will tell you, Casey backed me up. Casey backed me up.
Darn
and I'm going to tell you this. Steven is a real Steven Stefan has a real problem with Casey, and I think that's because Casey was a vet. Casey's a vet, and now we can officially say our PR guy, Steven Stefan, whatever we call him, hates veterans, and that's fucked up.
Well, I mean, it's fine. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion, and quite frankly, most of us served so that people can have shitty opinions.
I think it's because of the micropenis. He couldn't serve because of the micropenis. All right, so I will say this, get back to reality. So Casey knows that if Richard Ramirez walked up and I knew who he was in his prime, that guy ain't walking away.
No, he would have walked away. He wouldn't have made it much farther. He would have made some weird corner, and that would have been the last he was ever heard of. And I would have never touched a weapon along the way. I would have happily beaten him with my bare hands. I mean, there's plenty of walls around. You just use those to introduce his head to them repeatedly.
Oh, my God. I wouldn't even need to. It would just be my boot because he deserves every moment of it. Facebook user's back. We love you, Facebook user. Yes.
Hi, Facebook user.
Was the coach for West Virginia football.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, yes, he was. And I legit hate people that leave their shopping carts in the parking lot, but not as much as Mick hates the Night Stalker. I really fucking do. I really do after seeing this documentary. I want to beat, and this is why our main topic is our main topic tonight. Because, and we'll kind of let's just go into it. So I was thinking about it, and I truly was saying to God, please send me a time machine. Please send me a time machine. Let me go back to the 80s, 1985, and find this guy. And then it got me thinking, I was talking to Casey about it, and I was saying, what would we do? Facebook user Steve Narangis on his sweet Sprint phone.
Oh, Facebook user, why are you telling us who you are again? But also, hi, Steve.
Yes, this is awesome, Steve.
Yes, no, I like Steve. I know. I'm just anybody who does blows up the Facebook user spot kills me, man. I love the anonymity.
I do. It's like our Florida man.
Right, exactly. But it's also fun because this is like the 5th different user for Facebook user, and it makes me feel really loved. So it's really awesome.
It does make me feel loved. You're right.
Yeah,
I agree. I will say, so this is awesome, Steve. And then there's shithead, our PR Steve, who has a microphone.
Stefan. It's very different. So remember, if you remember
I will remember. I will do my. Listen, I'm on my Richard Ramirez remarks. It's hard to remember, but I will do my best.
Well, just imagine Stefan's face on Richard Ramirez's body. Would that help?
Oh my God! Would I love to see Stefan's face on Richard Ramirez's body? Because I'm pretty sure he is a psychopath as well.
Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't go the other place because you can get sued for the other thing. Don't say the other thing.
I will not say the other thing.
Good man. But we all know because we're all thinking.
We're all thinking. All right. So here's the deal. If you had a time machine, but you had to use it in secret, what would you use it for?
Okay.
And you don't have to say like what I'm going to say, which connects to the Night Stalker. I would straight up become a killer of serial killers. And before we get into it, I was talking to Zach on the Some Nobodies Media, from Some Nobodies Media, who has a great show called Talking Upstream. Everybody should check out. But I brought this up to him, and I was like, yeah, this is our topic. And he's like, yeah, but you can't kill baby Hitler. And he got me thinking because he's like, would you kill them before they committed the crimes so they didn't commit the crimes? And if you did that, you're killing an innocent person. So do you feel bad about it? Here's what I thought about. Yeah, you can't go back and kill baby Richard Ramirez. You can't go back and kill baby Hitler. You can sure as shit kill 21-year-old piece of shit Hitler. And right before the murders, Richard Ramirez, if you know what's what. Yeah, you're changing history. But if you're the only one who knows and you're saving a lot of people's lives, I think it's forgivable.
I'm not worried about changing history. I'm worried about the alteration of the events that gave them the titles. If it's no longer the Hitler, who is it? Are we actually going to pay attention to the Stalin, who was far worse? Are we
Well,
going
I mean, he's in
to?
there too. He's in there.
We fully got and that's the thing. We only know the good because of the extreme evil. So, at what point do you decide to jump into that timeline to punish them? Are you allowing them to commit some form of evil in order to always have this thing to shine a light against, to keep aware, to keep us vigilant? Or is it more important to save the lives of those people who did nothing wrong, who, were the innocents, the victims of these crimes? I think that becomes the line then. For me personally, it's as they're leaving the exit of their first crime. Because once you've officially allowed that first crime to happen, which, yes, picking and choosing, because that's what time travel is, you're picking and choosing who lives and who dies in more than just the person that you're going to kill or mutilate, maim, and maybe mash them so they eat through a straw for the rest of their lives and become vegetables.
I mean, that's more than Richard Ramirez, and you're ruining this for me.
Bro, I know, and I get it, and I love and appreciate you, and I'm sorry you got to go through this, but there's a reality to it. The only reason Richard Ramirez is a nightmare hell is because we caught Richard Ramirez after being a nightmare hell.
I know.
So you have to think of all the active serial killers right now, serial rapists, everybody who's out there right now doing it. That's a superpower that I would prefer rather than going back in time and hurting somebody who's kind of a tent pole as to what to never be. It's a tent pole of the worst, most extreme thing you can be. In Richard Ramirez, we have someone who indiscriminately murders, rapes, assaults, just hurts, destroys, crushes lives. Because we know that, there is a fight to push to be better than that.
So
there's a storm to weather, if that makes any sense.
What you're saying is, if I was a time cop, you would absolutely be my superior officer. What you're saying.
Yo, I got temporal agency down, son. Let's do this.
You're like, dude, no, you cannot go kill that guy. Come on.
No, just not yet. I'd have to set the dates for you. That's all. You can totally kill them or mutilate them or smash their faces in. I just got to set your dates. That's all.
Well, we do have some comments here. Real quick, I would like to take a quick break and say thanks for everybody for watching right now. If you're on our YouTube, why don't you go right down and hit that subscribe button and then hit the notifications, because we have new stuff every day and we love you for it. And spread the word, please. Tell your friends. Now, with that being said,
and if you don't have friends, tell your acquaintances, tell your parents, tell your family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell anybody close to you.
Go for it. We're a lot of fun, and we're not only talking about murdering serial killers
or Stefan's micro penis.
No, Stefan's micro penis is not always a subject of the show.
This is literally just one night, so please, everyone, bear with us.
Well, we'll see it one night. We'll see. Steven's micro penis. I mean, Stefan, and actually, after Dexter Manhattan, Jason, I like that one. Real Steven, good Steven, Facebook user says, I think Jib Jab can put Stefan's face on the body of Richard Ramirez. And see, this is where it's a problem, because it's not Stefan with an F, it's Steven with a PH, but he prefers to be called Stefan, and that's why we hate him.
And this Facebook user is Steven with a V, who we very much appreciate, because V is for victory.
Not all Steves with the V are Steves for victory. Some Steves with the V are Steve for venereal disease.
Oh, yeah. No, please be careful. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this Steven, no. This Steven is amazing.
Learn that the hard way.
Wait. You are not Steven with a PH. Are you really?
Lied to the whole time.
My whole life is a lie. I pronounce it like that. All right, fair enough.
Hey, at least he says it right.
So Nicole says, Steven has a micro penis. How does your time machine affect the current timeline? Well, Casey just told you.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't give us those extremes to measure what positivity we're currently in.
I love it. AKA exactly what Casey is saying. If we take away the horrible parts of history that we learned from, can we prevent today's tragedies? Yes, we'd be in Star Trek already.
Yeah, well, actually, no, that's 100%. If we could go back to the 80s and tell people to stop being fucking morons and to stop finding alternate facts, But I mean, that's the whole lesson for another day. And quite frankly, we don't have time for it. We have about as much time left as Steven's penis.
Steven's micro penis. I mean, yeah, whatever. At this point, Steven's micro penis with a PH.
Yo, Max, I feel you on Save the Victims. It depends on the victims. And I don't mean that. Look, that is, wow, that came across terrible. Holy crap. That was miserable. No. Look, it depends on what victims you're saving.
If it's Archduke Franz Ferdinand, maybe you don't save him.
I think he's okay to get popped, if you know what I mean.
Also, because it was there, we saw what came from it.
Well, and more so that's why it's when it comes to Save the Victims, in the case of Richard Ramirez, absolutely get it before the child thing happens. 100%, because that's the fucking worst thing that you can do to another human being is to hurt a child. Period. Dot.
100%,
already covered 100%.
It. Cannot even agree that we would kill. But then, I mean, Hitler, Ramirez, like all these BTK, all these fucking pieces of garbage.
Golden State, Atlanta child abductor.
I don't know.
No, look, I'd love to be able to kill them all. But at the same token, would it make it more difficult for us to find them now? Or would there be a way to find it easier in the future?
I don't know. Okay, how about this? If it has to happen, can we kill them before they either died or got caught, or when they got caught?
Well, here's the thing is how Into got caught, because if we to some level become responsible for effectively what is happening to these children and to these victims. So what level of responsibility and burden can you bear? I mean, how long could you keep at this job? This time travel cop thing, man, this is what, a good 4-year shelf life, and then you really are beating yourself down on every victim you didn't save.
All right, if you're my superior officer at the Time Cop organization, you got to tell me where I'm going.
Oh, bro, yeah, seriously. You only get 2 years on the job, by the way, then you're out. That's it.
You cannot explain this to me on a chalkboard like Doc Brown explained it to Marty in Alternate 1985, then it's too hard for me to understand, and I'm just going to kill them.
Bro, it's fine. I'm just going to put up a bunch of red string in my office. That would be my whole fucking office. I'll just be like Charlie Day, just like have fucking cigarettes, the 4 different cigarettes burning in different areas, and then some incense. Oh, it blocks it, right? You can't smell them.
Oh, my God. Facebook user says, yes, I am. You are really Stephen with the PH? Well, that's why we love you.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. He just shook our lives up a little bit, and that's pretty special. If the Night Stalker had come after Steven, a very different story.
I like how we're talking about killing like serial killers back in the day and how to spell Steven. I mean, we all know that the Steven we're talking about has a micro penis.
Well, that's just because inquiring minds, Michael.
Want to know. Max says, put that cocaine down.
Never!
I think Max is your like number one fan now.
I'm a big fan of Max. No idea who Max is.
That Max is from the other night when we did
oh my gosh, yes, Max. He was. What was his name though? Blacksmith
Prime.
That's it. Blacksmith Prime. That's why I can't. Yeah. Okay, Max. What's up? Gosh, Max is fantastic, and he has such a glorious laugh.
Dude, and he loved your voice. I mean, we should probably mention it while I put Jason Taylor's comment on that we lay the smackdown on Team Danny Blasters, aka Team Scene Snobs, destroyed them. Revolution. There was no going back. I mean, listen, we destroyed you guys. It was tough. It was a really tough one.
Good thing it wasn't a dance-off.
You know, the only thing that was saving you is the fact that you guys are pretty awesome guys and not like Steven with the micro penis. No,
the Three Geeks podcast is pretty fantastic. I'm a big fan of every single person I met there and got to interact with. They're all a great deal of fun. And I think we all need some cuddle time. Gentlemen, let's hit those pillows.
Jesus Christ. Team Casey won. Mick was playing with his toys.
Hey, in all honesty, Jason, those toys were kick-ass because that poster was beast.
I made a poster. You don't make fun of me.
Not to mention his marketing ideas were crushing it, bro. They took your Denny's and slammed them.
Thank you. Yeah, your Denny's was no match for our And wait, let me take the banner away so people can see our beautiful poster. Who wouldn't want to see a Weekend at Bernie's remake with these three? Who? None of you. You all want to see that. It's amazing. We think it should get done. I'm going to reach out to Ryan Reynolds people now because he's team Get It Done.
Oh, yeah. And, I'm in touch with Huge Jackman, so I'll definitely hit that guy up.
Yeah, you know who's not huge? Micro Penis Steven.
Oh, Stefan.
Stefan. I don't know why I keep saying it wrong.
Well, I don't know why either, because you keep saying Steven, and I keep thinking of the guy who's currently a Facebook user who I appreciate as a listener and friend of the show. No, so let's not
awesome.
mix those people up. Steven. All right, let's not do that. It could end terribly.
Well, no, I mean, I can't take it. Our PR guy's name is Steven. So, and he's got a micro penis. Like I gotta put that on him. And
do you have to put it on him, or was it already put on him?
Well, unfortunately, no, God put it on him. Unfortunately, he can't put his micro penis on anything. It's not our problem. It is what it is. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, sometimes life hands you lemons or a micro penis, and you just probably should go crawl in a hole and die.
Yeah. And with that being said, I have a few announcements to make.
Hey!
We are kind of rounding out the show. We're ending, and there's some very fun news that I want to bring forward. We have 3 great new shows joining up on the channel. And we have two.
Mick, which ones are they?
Well, let me tell you. Zach and Dylan from the Twitching Upstream. There's a Talking Upstream podcast. There's a Twitching Upstream podcast. They do both. The Twitching Upstream podcast is going to be joining us 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays East Coast. It's to start off our Tuesdays, and then of course 7:30 is 7:30 p.m. We have PVD Cast, and then we have our show at 9, and then starting on February 9th, we have 10:30 p.m. Eastern, right after our show, The Great Carpool Shenanigans. So we have 2 great shows adding to the lineup here on Tuesday nights.
Bookending such a strong lineup. Wow, my Tuesday night is pretty much going to be filled.
Thank God.
Unlike any of Stefan's partners.
But, sorry, Stefan, you have no partners. You are a lonely man. Or
woman, we're not here to judge.
We have another great show adding to the Thursday night lineup of the Sports Snobs podcast at 7. 8 o'clock, we have the Guapo show. And 9 o'clock is the Ear Hustling podcast with James and Eric. Very happy to have them on board. I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting to have all of these great shows joining up with just a plethora of great shows already. And then we have our shows, which I like to think are great. They're great because you guys are on them.
Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of just being able to interact and hang out with some of my good close friends discussing some of our favorite topics that are both past, present, and future.
So, yes, and tomorrow we have that actually.
Did I read that right? I want to make sure I get paid this time.
God damn it, Steven. Did you give him the right fucking thing? God damn it. Fucking micro penis is getting in the way.
Well, Stefan's head's in other directions.
Yeah.
Not far, though.
No, not far at all. You ain't pitching a 10. So
hey, you should post what Jason just said.
I am. I'm getting to that one because
cool.
I have something for that. But real quick, tomorrow we have BTV podcast, which is 7:30, hosted by myself, Len, Gerard, who goes by Jay now because we keep screwing up his name so much.
ONG. Nope, he's ONG. I told you he's going to be ONG forever. That's it. That is it for me. He is ONG. He is in my soul. That man is in my spirit. I think of him as one of the most intelligent and fun human beings I've ever met. And the fact that he wants to podcast with us is awesome.
It's fun. And I did not mention Casey yet, but Casey too. It's the 4 of us. And hopefully we can get our buddy Derek back.
Oh, gosh, I want D-Rock back.
And
he was a blast.
Everybody knows the show is just about hanging out with guys and talking movies, but we have a very special guest. Tim from Funny Science Fiction is going to be on tomorrow night. We're going to be talking sci-fi movies. It's going to be a great time. Tim is an awesome dude. Stand-up guy. I don't care what anybody says. He's a wonderful dude. He's got a great podcast. He's got 2 great podcasts because he's got Focus on 4 too, which is self-help. And deals with mental health and things like that. So that's a great one too. So both of those you should check out, and they will be in the descriptions for the show tomorrow. Then, of course, Jeff Dwoskin presents
Crossing the Streams
tomorrow night. That's Casey's favorite show on this channel.
Honestly, it is. I absolutely freaking love that show. As much as I enjoy 3 Geeks PVD, I love the Crossing the Streams. Man, it's awesome. It's my jam.
And you know what? I do want to add to, thankfully, 3 Geeks podcast, which is amazing, is also on the channel Sundays with the Fandom Effect at 8 o'clock on Sundays. They're both great shows. Happy to have them all on board. Happy to have these new shows on board. 2 quick things I want to bring up. Which
means it's going to take forever. Go ahead.
It is going to take forever. I'm sorry. We are supporters of of indie athletes. Athletes too.
We're athletic supporters.
We are athletic supporters. We are jock straps.
Hey.
You have a size extra small.
Yeah, no, Stefan doesn't count with this. He doesn't need one. All right. I don't know. Well, I don't know what the boys situation is down there, but certainly not with that dong.
Born without nuts, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't know that. Those are implants?
No, they're not even implants. He's like a Ken doll with a little itty bitty bean there.
That is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, Stephen. I'm sorry. So
slick like a Malibu Barbie.
Yeah. 2 great organizations, a film festival and an independent film that we're supporting right now. Our good friend Ryan, who is the producer of Mount Skylight, they're having a campaign that starts Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. They're doing a concert that night in Richmond, Virginia. If you're out there in the Richmond area, we have posted about it. Please go check it out. He was the earlier interview I did before this show. That will be playing throughout the month through the T-shirt campaign that they're doing.
Go check it out. Phenomenal human being, phenomenal purpose. Really support these guys. It's rad.
Very talented filmmakers. If you go to thescenesnobs.com, we have put up a special link for them starting Friday when the campaign goes live. You can go buy the T-shirt. It's $20 for a T-shirt. Go and support. It goes a long way. Now,
unlike Stefan's penis.
Yeah, unlike Stefan's penis does not go a long way. Steven's penis does not go a long way at all.
Remember, Stefan.
Sorry. Steven. Oh, sorry. I went the wrong way with it. Also, our friends over at Media Fright Festival, which is a great festival that just happened this past September, October. I've had them on the show. I've talked about the festival. They are accepting submissions now until February 5th. Go over to filmfreeway.com, Media Fright Fest. If you have a horror film, whether it's a short or it's a feature, go and submit. Why not? Put it out there. Your filmmakers, get it done.
The only person preventing you from doing anything and pushing yourself further is you. So go do something awesome. If you really believe in yourself, go here. Deposit what you got. Let other people see it and just roll the dice, man, and women.
Absolutely.
No better time to do it than now. Don't live in regret.
Send this stuff to me. I will promote it Sunday as well. Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate 3 Geeks for doing that for us.
3 Greeks.
So here's the thing. This has been our show, the Scene Snobs Podcast. We are live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Please go follow us. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at The Scene Snob. You'll always get updates. We have schedule out. Go to thescenesnobs.com. There's links for all of our shows there. You can go check them out. This in podcast form will be up later tonight. It's always a lot of fun. One thing I do want to say, too, Facebook user, I had to log off, just got back. Is Steven's penis still tiny? Off topic. Do you remember Micro Machines?
A, it is not tiny. B, it is micro. C, of course, remember Micro Machines because there's a guy who spoke like this and told you about all the cool things you could get with one guy who goes down this way and another one goes up a ramp and then this one has a gas station and this one has an airplane. It was awesome.
That was scary good. That was a scary good impersonation. So we are signing off, but I wanted to say thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. It helps us go a long way. Follow us. Check out the shows. And spread the word, please. Just let everybody know if you really like the show. Let them know that you like it. Tell them to give it a try. We appreciate it.
We love you all. Appreciate you. Be kind to each other.
Take care, guys.